Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to The Longest Journey. Last episode, we started on Chapter 1 and spent most of the time talking to Fiona, our landlady. Now, in the options menu, we do have a new option, April's Diary. So let's go ahead and read through this. Happy birthday to me, April 14th, 2209. I guess it's only 200 years into the future. A Friday. The big 1-8. Join us, right? Well, not to sound like a complete spoilsport, but 18 feels kind of like 17, only I can buy a gun and pilot a hovercraft. I'd kind of figured that the number 18 would cast light into the deep dark chasm of my soul and reveal some grand truth about the universe. Yeah, never assume that. It's like, 18, 21, they're really like any other birthday. They don't feel that different. Now, when you start getting up there into the 30s, then they start feeling a little bit different, but it's more of the existential dread of the oncoming death that's approaching that you can see in the distance coming closer and closer every year. Then they start feeling different. Anyway, like the meaning of life, or at least some explanation as to why all guys are complete idiots. Well, hey now. Not all guys. But no, nothing. I'm the same person today that I was yesterday. No different. Same old boring April, stuck in the same old boring life. Which, of course, does make me realize something important. I just have to get out of here soon. I have to leave. There's nothing here for me, no future, and a past I'd prefer to forget. And I know where I want to go. The Venice Academy of the Visual Arts in Newport. God knows if they'll accept me in their fall program, but I have to try. Sarah went out there last year, and she's agreed to let me stay at her place for a short while until I can get a job and an apartment. Writing about leaving is both scary and exciting. It's scary because I've never really been on my own before, and I've never been to Newport. And of course I'm scared that good old Daddy will find out and force me to stay. Not that he can, but he will certainly try. On the other hand, it's really exciting too. I can't imagine anything that beats starting my own life in a place like Venice. From what I've seen and heard, it looks great. There are lots of little cafes and crisscrossing canals just like in the real Venice in Italy. And most of the people who live there are young and creative and not afraid to look or sound or be different, which will make a nice change from this place. April 22nd. Today I called the academy and asked them about their admission requirements, and they told me to bring some of my work in when you arrive. They don't really have any specific requirements, only that you're talented and dedicated and hardworking. Well, that is an interesting way of handling admissions. The lady I spoke with sounded nice, but she didn't make any promises. She told me there are a lot of applicants and only a limited amount of space. I know my work's good, even though I haven't had much training, and I'm definitely dedicated and hardworking. So why am I still nervous? Because it's worrying and everything? May 1st. I'm sorry I haven't kept up with events in this diary, but with my exams and everything else going on right before graduation, I haven't had the time. I know, bad excuse. I'll just have to take time out too, and I'll definitely keep my diary up to date from now on. Let's see. It's probably going to jump to like another month or something, right? May 25th. Well, yeah, close enough. 3 weeks of complete silence. I look back at my previous diaries and wonder, where the hell did I find the time to write so much so often? Well. I'll try to remember what's been going on the past few weeks. I passed all of my exams with straight A's, of course. And tomorrow morning I'm leaving home. Yes, I'm making the leap into the great unknown, and I'm never looking back here. I withdrew all of my money from the bank, $2,190, and I've packed a suitcase and a bag with my clothes and work samples and books and anything else I can't do without. Unfortunately, I have to leave so much. My old toys, some of the bigger canvases, my screen. And it's not like I can have Mom ship them or anything. I'm leaving a letter for my family, but I'm not telling them where I'm going. 18 years under constant scrutiny is enough. I really don't want to carry any of that crap with me into my new life. Strangely enough, when I was packing this morning, I suddenly remembered something I'd forgotten a long time ago. When I was a kid, I kept all my drawings in a box under the floorboards, so my dad wouldn't find them and berate me for wasting my time. The box was right where I put it more than 6 years ago. I didn't feel like looking at any of the drawings right away, so I wrapped the box up and stuck it in my bag. I'll open it when I get to Venice. I don't think this is the right time for nostalgic reminiscence about my childhood, but I'm glad I remembered to pack the box. So tonight's the night I'm sneaking out of here at 4 a.m. to catch the train to Greenvale, and from there on to the big city itself, Newport. At dinner tonight, I'll see Mom, Dad, Daniel, and Owen for the last time in a long while. I don't really care if I ever see Dad again, but I feel sorry for Mom. She doesn't seem to care much for me, but I know she'll miss me, and I know she'll feel very guilty for turning a blind eye to the way he treated me throughout all those years. As for Danny and Owen, I don't really know. Danny's an asshole. He could theoretically improve, though I doubt he wants to. As for Owen, he's still a kid. He might turn out okay, but as long as Dad's in control, I'm not too optimistic. I'm going to the pond tonight to say goodbye. I haven't been there in a long while, not since that crazy day. I'll have to see it one last time, or I'll never get it out of my head. As for my friends, I don't really want to say anything. I'll mail them when I get to Newport, to Venice. So this is the last entry I write here in this house, in this room. In some strange way I can't really understand, I'll miss it. Not much, but I did grow up here. I did spend 18 years, oh my god, in this place, and that's not soon forgotten or ignored. I don't want to feel bad for what I'm doing, but I can't help it. I do feel bad, a little. But more than anything, I'm excited about what tomorrow will bring. I believe I might actually be happy. Imagine that. Friday, July 28th, 2209. Way too early in the morning, and I won't even try to describe the dream I had last night. Like, enough with the fairy tales already. I need to start dreaming about boys and shopping, the important things in life. It just dawned on me that the student exhibition opens in less than 2 weeks. My painting, and I mean that in the broadest sense of the word, is not even close to being presentable. Even that's an overstatement. All I have is a blank canvas, and while that may fool some people, like in, whoa, what an expressive statement of nothingness, it won't fool my teachers. So today I have to put in a solid 6 hours of work at the studio, and just hope that inspiration will strike me like lightning from the sky. It could happen. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and head out the front door. And we can actually run by double-clicking. I did forget about that. We've got a mural here.
Mural. Another motif is a little trite. I mean, fairy tale forests and magical dragons? Still, it's pretty. I wonder what happened to the artist. Probably making a bundle from cheesy fantasy calendars and book covers.
I'm not sure about a bundle. I think you may overstate the how much money you make from that kind of thing. There's a machine over there. There's a bench. There's Cortez. Let's go look at this machine over here.
I guess that's a pressure gauge.
Well, yeah, it has...
At 100. That's percent, I guess. 100% pressure?
It's probably not a good thing.
What a mystifying contraption, and completely absurd. What are all these valves and wheels and thingamajigs for? What grand purpose does it all serve?
And why is it just sitting outside the building?
It's a rusty old wheel. I'd imagine it turns the water on and off. Mystifying. 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 That's probably Mickey's handiwork. She's the tool gal around these here parts. I wonder why she put the clamp there, though.
Does she really have a southern accent like that?
That cable's been ripped in two.
Well, that's probably not good. Oh.
Oh. It seems the clamp served a purpose after all. What a surprise.
Shocking. Let's see if we can...
Won't budge. The pressure's probably too high.
Okay. Well, since that wire is ripped in two, we do have something that will conduct electricity. How convenient that we got this ring.
I hope it doesn't melt or anything.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing.
It's alive!
It's alive! I've always wanted to say that. And I take every opportunity to do so, too. Right screw, left screw. Can't really see what we've got going on here. Alright, so when we turn these, they turn these, and then we get some red lights. We probably want them to all be green. Let's see. Oh, I guess no, we didn't want them all green. We wanted these all to be going the same way.
The clamp's keeping the hose closed, so it won't leak. It's at 100. That's percent, I guess. 100% pressure? It won't budge. The pressure's probably too high.
Alright, well, I got something going on here.
The water tank's full.
Still won't budge. So I can't interact with these anymore.
Mystifying. The ring seems to be working perfectly as a conduit between the two cable ends. Without the ring, I won't be able to use this, machine. I'll leave it until I finished whatever it is I'm doing here. The water tank's full.
Alright, so I think we want to get the pressure down, but we can't use this wheel.
It won't budge. The pressure's probably too high.
Alright, let's try that.
It won't
Nope.
budge. The pressure's probably too high.
Huh. So I've gotten it activated, but, I mean, I can't
It won't budge. The
turn
pressure's
that.
probably too high.
Do I do that and then this? No, because that doesn't last.
The clamp's keeping the hose closed, so it won't leak.
Well, wouldn't that free up the pressure on it?
It's at 100. Mystifying. Mystifying.
Hmm.
The water tank's full. Mystifying.
Huh.
It's a rusty old wheel. I'd imagine it turns the water on and off.
Do I have anything else that I can use? Doesn't look like it. Am I missing a... Ah, there's a valve up here. I was missing
It's a
something.
pressure valve.
There we go. That is very coppery water. Alright, now
I'll
can I
leave it
take
there
that
for
back?
now.
Nope. Aha. I now have a clamp.
It's a clamp. It's a clamp. It's a clamp. It's a clamp.
Okay. Doesn't actually do anything now. Now, can I take that back?
I'm not leaving my gold ring. Somebody's going to have to replace that cable eventually.
There we go. We got the clamp, we got the ring, we've drained the water tank.
It's a rusty old wheel. I'd imagine it turns the water on and off. It's a pressure valve.
And we don't need to do that. I was just completely missing that there was a pressure valve there. Alright. There we go. No idea what exactly that'll do. But I'm sure it'll have something to do, with things later. Hello.
Oye, señorita.
Yes?
How are you this morning, señorita bonita?
I'm not a fish. Hot.
Hot.
I see. The summers in Newport are never pleasant. And it will get worse before it gets better. They say there's another heat wave headed our way.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, so I heard. So, you gonna be alright? You don't look dressed for the weather.
Si Dios quiere. Sunshine and pretty señoritas give an old man like me the blues. I like my days cold and rainy.
I like my days cold, not necessarily
I
rainy.
think I'd prefer the world to be in black and white.
I don't know
Like
about
an
that.
old movie.
Like all good movies.
Hey, now.
Tell me, señorita Ryan, how would you describe your perfect day?
Hot and sunny like this one, cold and rainy like yours. I'm sorry, but I have to run. Well, why do I have only these why can't I choose cold and sunny? I like cold and sunny. Or cold and windy. Alright, well, cold is the operative element here, so I guess we'll choose that one.
Cold and rainy like yours.
Está bien. We are alike, you and I. But this heat is not why you are unhappy, no? You are troubled by nightmares.
What?
You are afraid of them. You even fear your dreams may be real.
Who told you about my nightmares?
No one. I can tell from looking into your eyes. I see the ghosts that haunt you.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but from now on, stay the hell away from me in my personal life.
No puedo, señorita Ryan. You have a destiny.
Destiny? I don't care what you think. Just leave me alone.
Why are you acting like I'm some sort of video game protagonist?
I'm afraid your nightmares will continue. Soon they will appear to you even when you're awake.
Oh, that seems like a bad thing.
You need some serious help, you know that?
Well, so do we,
all
but...
do, April. That's the reason we are here, you and me.
That's it. I don't have to listen to this.
Perdóname. I've upset you. We didn't think you'd react this way.
We?
I hope we can talk again soon.
We?
I don't think so, no.
Please, think about it. And señorita, cuidado. Be careful.
Was that more in the diary? Friday morning, again. Okay, so I'm like on my way to school. I'm half asleep, I'm hot, the weather's been unbearable these past few days, to say the least, and I just want to get to the studio as soon as possible. And then this guy Cortez, who's sitting outside the house like he does every single day, calls me over. Fine, okay, I got nothing against the guy personally. I make small talk about the weather, it's just trying to get it over with. And then, how would he know that I've been having nightmares? Unless Emma or Charlie or Fiona told him. That's three possible people, you know, who may have also told other people who told him. I mean, kind of opening up a pretty hefty range of people who might have told him. Just saying. And I know they wouldn't have. How could he know? And I know he's nuts. But to think that I have some kind of destiny? The guy's been doing too many raptures or whatever they popped back when he was double digits. Back when he was double digits. He's really that old? Well, to the bridges. And we can run. I always forget about that. Oh, that is gross, that smoke. Newport Times. It's totally what it says, Newport Times. Not Newport, Newport. To the subway. There's a clock.
From what I've been told, the clock stopped on the very day of the infamous Venice massacre in 2109, to the minute the police opened fire on the squatters.
Huh. Exactly 100 years ago. I'm sure that won't have anything to do with anything. To the cafe. What is up with you, buddy? I'm going to ignore you. Anything else? There's a bench.
Just a wooden bench.
Don't kick me! Alright, let's run over there. And we can just sit down. Alright, well, we've got the subway. To the cafe. It really appears to be it. Oh, to the park. I thought that was supposed to be one that took me to the academy. Well, let's go to the subway first. And we'll run. Homeless dude. East Venice.
Venice. There are, I think, 3 subway stops in Venice, including this one.
To the park. Subway.
Newport Transit System. It's not one system anymore, though. All the different lines are owned by different companies. This is the Metro line, and I believe it's run by Bocamba Mercer.
That seems really inefficient.
I wonder what the homeless people do in the wintertime. Supposedly, it gets biting cold here in Newport, and I don't know if there are any shelters anymore.
That's pretty awful and dystopian.
Newport Waterworks. It's a strange thing to think that this whole area was once an industrial park.
Let's see what's down the subway. A gene scanner?
It's a gene scanner. It, scans your genes, puts your genetic signature into a database, and allows you through all corresponding gates.
Well, that is incredibly creepy. Into the train.
The gates scan everybody who goes in and out of the station and compares their genetic signature with the database. If you haven't paid your fare, the alarm goes off and the cops show up. Uh-oh. I have to get scanned. Jumping gates in the Newport subway is a corporate offense liable to get me 5 years behind bars, if I'm lucky.
That's pretty bad. All right, let's leave for now. I don't think that's where we're supposed to go. I guess we'll go to the park. Old iron thingy.
I can't even begin to guess what that's supposed to be.
That's an old iron thingy.
Those freight trains pass by at least once every 5 minutes all day long. You get used to it, though, eventually.
Ah, there's to the academy. All right.
This guy's out here all day long, all year. He never stops painting. Ever. And I doubt he's ever finished even one painting.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Very cubist. And not my style at all.
Kind of reminds me of old Lego figures. To the bridges.
Nothing adds more to the tranquility of a city park than a huge rusty iron bridge.
It could be nice if it's designed well. Let's go to the academy. Not seeing anything else to interact with at the moment. That is faster than 5 minutes there. We got a notice board.
It's the official VAVA notice board. Only registered students are allowed to put notices up here.
Can I look at it? Apparently not. Alright, well, now that we are at the academy, we'll go ahead and call it an episode. When we return, we'll take a look around here and start exploring the academy. See you next time, everyone.